Oh, seminar.
Don't tell me. No one bothered to show you the standard procedure for lectures? I guess it's up to me to save the day.
Instruction. When you instruct your students, they gain skill experience. As their skill levels increase, they will gain access to new abilities and combat arts.
Oh, wrong controller.
The number of people you can instruct is indicated by your activity points at the top of the screen. When you set up a group task, the students you assign will continue to the task until you change it. Okay. After the first round of instruction each month, your students may come to you with a question. They'll be motivated if they like your answer. Alright, time to teach.
I just saw something. I was looking up quick information.
Mm-hmm.
So... Oh, never mind. That's stupid.
Hmm?
I was gonna look up to see if there's like a tabulated list of like which activities give you the most amount of stats so I could use it. And I fell for a clickbait article being like, what does the choice between ghost, demon, or mortal mean in the very beginning? And you read like 3 paragraphs, and then on the 4th paragraph it
means
says...
nothing!
It means nothing. She'll just make fun of you. And I'm like, come on! I scrolled past...
That's the whole point of those articles.
I hate clickbait. Okay, so guide instructions. So we already... Did we already see this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, skill goals.
Before starting a lecture, be sure to first check on our study goals. After all, students will want to prioritize studying things that relate to their goals.
You can read these.
Okay. Students study on their own and learn skill experience according to their skill goals. Results are reported at the end of each week. You can alter students' goals at any time using the goals menu.
It's probably easier to get good results if you instruct students based on their interests and specialties. But that doesn't mean it's pointless to teach things that don't relate to someone's goals. Not by a long shot. By overcoming their weaknesses, some students may develop an interest in new fields.
A 3-star mark next to a skill indicates that you will want to unlock a budding talent after a certain amount of instructing.
Well, not
you
want.
That you will.
You just will.
Okay. Once you unlock a budding talent, that person will go on to excel in that particular skill. They may even learn a new ability or combat art.
A student's study goals may need to be updated based on their learnings and experiences. It's an important part of being to counsel students like that.
As students improve from instructing and personal study, they may approach you with suggestions for new goals. Whether to accept their suggestions or not is completely up to you. Feel free to guide your students along paths of your own choosing.
How well their tutoring goes will depend on a student's motivation. It's possible that interacting with students on a regular basis will raise their motivation. Maybe. Then again, what do I know? In any case, make sure to keep an eye on how motivated everyone is.
Okay, you can instruct students with high motivation more frequently. One way to increase motivation is to interact with your students around the monastery.
Okay.
Students are encouraged to partake in various activities around the monastery. If you have students work together, it will give them a chance to interact and maybe even help them achieve better results.
That is an incredibly fluffy horse.
Yeah, it is.
You can assign one group task each week. Students who take part will also earn skill experience based on your choice. You can also get gold and resources by completing these tasks. The results of a group task will depend on the student's strengths, weaknesses, and affinity for one another.
Have you heard about the monthly certification exams? If you want to become a certain class, you have to pass the certification exam for it. That means training up on the required skills so you can pass. Don't slack when it comes to teaching your students what they need to know to pass their certification exams.
When you pass the certification exam, you can change to a new class. Benefits of higher tier classes include increased stats and growth rates. Ooh, nice. Yeah, right now the students don't have classes, so it's interesting to see what they'll become. Now, obviously, Marianne would like to probably become a Pegasus rider, wouldn't she?
Yes.
If
Or
she-
cavalry.
If she became a Pegasus rider or cavalry, she would always... Well, she would be a unit with a horse. Does she still only get the benefit if she's near another horse unit? Or
Oh, the
can
happiness
she
thing in the top right is
be the
motivation.
horse unit? Yeah. Motivated. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, she'll gain a little if we do lance, a lot if we do sword. Decent if I did fist. Worse. Her goals are... Okay, so I have 4 sessions I can give to people. Well... She's a D+ with lance. I go back. Actually, classes. Aha!
Yeah, let's look at classes.
Doesn't look like we can take any.
Well, I know we can't, but can we look at the sprites? So, ooh, there's a dragon rider, Pegasus, some kind of archer. Yeah, there's an archer for...
Okay, so if we're looking at the advanced ones, the bottom left is a sniper. It's like Summoner and Bishop are the casters. Myrmidon, Hero, Great Knight, Cavalry, Draco Knight, and like Berserker. I forget the names, they also change them. I think it also varies per character, like different characters can get different classes. Maybe not. Yeah. So for example, Ignatz has a lot more available to him.
Ah, I see.
It looks like he's got more caster classes. Ish? Maybe not.
He was more inclined towards learning.
Oh, Myrmidon's actually a basic class, or a beginner, I mean. Oh, right. Man, I don't remember. It's been a while since I played a Fire Emblem game. Because, I guess it was Awakening back in, what, 2013? Yeah, I think it was 2013 was the one that I really focused on. I played Conquest, but I never finished it. Oh, it's pretty much just based on gender. Oh. Okay. So, we could instruct her a little bit in that, but I don't think we're going to be very good. What are his interests? Bow and authority. Well, that should be authority. Unfortunately, we as a teacher kind of suck. So it makes it a little harder. We have a single person that is good at swords.
He's axe and brawling.
Okay, he likes swords. So, strength and professor expertise because I'm good with swords. That might not be a bad idea. Except for if we check his stats... No, he's okay. Except for I'm not even sure if raising his sword skill is particularly good. He's not the most durable character.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh. We should also pay attention to these 3 stars. A little bit. So if we push her down the sword path, she might get a new interest. Conversely, it's kind of pointless because her stats are real garbage for strength anyway. Oh, you can also see where it lines up. So here is strength and also professor expertise. Yet, he has a talent for magic. Ignatz? He does?
Yeah, right there.
Oh. A skill with 3 stars by it means they get a pretty good bonus when you instruct them, though. Yeah. No, he might be okay with magic.
Is there something that mixes magic with other classes?
Kind of. So, they changed how magic works in this one, so you can actually dabble in both. Kind of. I'd like
what about
to
Marianne?
work...
You just glossed over some characters.
Oh, Marianne? Let's see. So her stats make her a better caster. She's already got sword prowess level 1, but she's not very good at it in faith, which makes her an okay caster. But if you notice, like, the instruction for faith, our faith stat sucks. So we're not going to give her a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can also personalize unicles, which allows them to passively gain skill experience without being instructed. Yeah. Let's go back for a second. Goals. Flawed. Bone authority or custom focus? Honestly, bone authority makes perfect sense with him. Lance and reason. Yeah.
He's the only one I know of that favors brawling or axes.
I'm curious what authority as a stat does. Can I check? Details. What the heck is authority as an option? Because it's not a stat here. Okay, authority. Commanding battalions and using gambits. Required for heavy armor classes.
He'd be the type to acquire heavy armor.
There we go.
Hmm?
So, Myrmidon, soldier, fighter. I like it how it says question mark, question mark, question mark, but it also just has the name.
Monk.
Monk.
Yep.
Let's see. Mercenary, thief. No name on that one. But it's the knight. Cavalier. Brigand.
Yep.
Archer. Priest. Dark mage. Regular mage. And... okay. He fights using gauntlets.
Probably the brawler type. Something akin to it.
So hero... Swordmaster, that's what it is. Assassin. Great Knight. Some kind of cavalier, I forget the name exactly. There used to be 2 heavy horseman classes, but it looks like they unified them back down. Paladin, probably?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So... Warlock. Grappler. Still hand-to-hand. Sniper, and warrior. And then there's also seeker classes later. Also notes. Interesting. What's the other custom focus we could do with this guy? Not too much. I don't really know if axes are necessarily the most useful thing on him, but his magic stat is Bupkis. So, for the most part, I was just going to let these characters kind of do their thing. Mostly.
Do we really need sword and bow, though?
No.
Together?
No, we don't. So some characters, like Ignatz, for example, if we go back to instruction, Claude, let's just look at them. So Claude's actually has a bonus in axes, which might not be a bad idea. I was really hoping I could use this to cycle through.
I mean, it would make sense that he's the leader.
Yeah. Lorenz does not have any hidden talent. Raphael doesn't either, but that's fine. We don't need it. Ignatz, on the other hand, reason. So if we push him down the reason side of things, he could actually learn magic, and it might not be a bad idea.
Would you like him to continue with bow and magic? Or
I was thinking bow and magic, have him kind of be a hybrid, mainly ranged character. Lysithia, she can go swords, but her strength stat is so low, I'm not sure if it's worth it. Whereas putting her down... Oh, does, I want to check something. Does anybody know if resistance is ever... if resistance is still the healing stat, or if it's just all magic now. Because I think it used to be resistance, and I could be wrong. Wait, it's worth it to make her go down sword?
Just have everyone play to their strengths.
Or on the other hand, making her go down lance might not be a bad idea.
Well, can you use lance with the cavalry? Or lance with the Pegasus?
Yeah,
or...
lance on paladins.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Magic. Y'all gotta give me complete answers, because, like, you're running 15 to 30 seconds behind me, and I've already moved on topic-wise.
Oh, so she's supposed to be heavy armor?
Which actually would work.
No, it would.
I'd probably make her axe in heavy armor.
Or her other ones?
Oh. If you complete her star, she gets a really good sword art that one-shots all enemies before they get a chance to hurt her. Huh. Okay, so magic is for healing now. Magic is a stat used for healing in the Game Boy Advance games. Don't know if this is the case now. What was the game where resistance was the healing stat? Maybe it was like Final Fantasy Tactics or some other game. I don't remember. Okay, and Leon doesn't have anything. So in that case, we want to do goals.
And change the goals for some of them?
Yeah, so let's do custom focus, reason, and swords.
Okay.
Because she doesn't like swords, but she's got that bonus art. Claude. I'm gonna move away from authority for a little while, maybe?
Really?
Well, so we might as well focus on the character's special talents.
He's the only one that has authority, though, doesn't he?
I do. Like, our main character does, too. So we'll see how it goes. But we might as well have them push their special abilities. So instead of sword and bow, we're going to have him do bow and reason. Did anybody else have any? Oh, Marianne. Custom focus, we're going to do lance and faith. There we go.
Oh, did you change already?
Yeah, so we want to do axes and heavy armor. She's going to be our tank, interestingly enough. That's fine. And I think that's it for everybody's, like, secret special interests. So let's do, I guess, group tasks next. So stable duty. Marianne, obviously. And...
Wait, how many of these are you allowed to select?
We get 2 characters. So Marianne and Claude, or Lorenz. What else do we have? Weeding. So raises heavy armor skills. Interestingly enough, Hilda would not like this. Not a high result. And Skywatch. Or do we only get one group task? Well, it's too late to check the tutorial. Well, we don't have any flyers to begin with the exception of maybe Marianne.
Yeah.
Unless we want to do Marianne and Claude for flyers. Which isn't a terrible idea.
Will that boost their sky ability? What was?
Because if we do Faith, yeah, actually having Marianne would be as a Pegasus Knight wouldn't be a terrible idea. Because Pegasus Knights, I think, can do Faith and lances.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll just throw Claude in because Claude's a good all-rounder, and we don't have anybody else that would be.
What were the other tasks again?
Heavy armor or stable duty.
Oh, we don't know who wants to be.
So, once What's-Her-Face gets her special talent for heavy armor, she might like weeding. But for now, let's do Marianne, because she looks like she'd be down for Pegasuses. And Claude, I don't know, he can woo a horse. So, let's instruct Lysithea then.
Okay.
In swords, because she's not going to like it, but that's okay. Okay, so is a weakness of hers, but worth it.
Her happiness level seems to have gone...
Well, no, it's motivation.
Oh, motivation.
Oh. Wait. Okay.
Okay.
So she's out of... Oh, I see. So we can instruct her multiple times. I have 4 sessions with her. So I can instruct 3 students, but because she's high motivation, I can instruct her a lot.
When their motivation is depleted, then the learning stops. It ceases. Okay.
Yeah. So her skill goals are lance and bow. I might want to change that, actually.
Yeah, she needs to be something different.
Let's see. Let's go to goals. For Leone, instead of lance and bow, we're going to do lance and heavy armor. Because she has her rivalry thing. If we check this, takes 2 less damage during combat.
Yeah.
That if I pair her with like a particularly vulnerable dude,
she'll always be able to poke.
So yeah, if she's
opponents.
in front of Ignatz, for example, Ignatz could always hide behind Leone, shelling whomever's on the other side of her, and she can stand in the way, taking less damage and doing more damage accordingly. So, let's see. So let's go back to instruction. So we are going to work on... We're going to want to make these characters more motivated. So in that case, we could do Lance, get her 6 EXP. Or... Honestly, I'm just probably going to pump most of it into Lance.
I'm getting it.
Because she likes Lance.
I've learned a lot.
Yep, and she seems happy with that.
And heavy armor is something for later anyway.
No problem. Nothing to get excited about.
Oh, and we get another one too. Bango.
I've learned a lot.
Okay, so who's the last one we want to train? Probably Claude.
Okay. Unless you wanted to... Okay.
I was just thinking, if we did Claude, we could work on his axe skills. Because he'd gain a lot of EXP if we did swords, but... Axes... He's got the 3 stars on axes. Otherwise, yeah, we could train at Raphael. But I think no matter what, we're always going to be using Claude, whereas we might have a reason to switch around Raphael. I think I'm just going to put most of my points into bow, because I'm going to be using him for...
Archery.
Yeah.
For a while.
Largely for archery. We'll see how his axe skill boils down, but...
Let's do this again sometime.
Okay, and that should be good. Hopefully my instruction skills improve later. And I don't think I can do any more. Yep, don't have enough activity points. Hopefully that goes up as I become a better professor. Anyway, I think we're good, so begin lecture.
I gotta ask you something. Makes
Wait.
sense to me.
What did you do?
I don't know. I was trying to continue dialogue, but it looks like I pratfalled to victory there.
You... Next time, be cognizant of what answers you're giving.
Yeah.
Because you were lucky with that one.
I am very
Let's
lucky.
just get through this.
Sorry you're stuck with me. That wasn't so bad.
Okay, so we got some smithing stones and 1,000 gold. Cool.
Nice. Oh,
It's Raphael's
Raphael's
birthday. Yes.
Thanks.
Raphael loved his birthday flowers.
I'd rather have trinkets rather than flowers.
Oh.
Flowers are so ephemeral,
Yeah.
so temporary.
Yeah.
They
I'd
rot
rather
and
spend
die.
I would rather spend, you know, extra 100 gold and get them a new sword or something like that. Or I don't know. Anyway, it looks like we're going to battle, which is, I mean, took long enough. So auxiliary battles are now available. Often new battle is limited by your activity points indicated at the top of the screen. On normal difficulty, some auxiliary battles will not cost activity points. If you head into battle while playing online, you may see the spirits of those who perished on other players' battlefields, are more likely to appear in places where death is frequent. Spirits that appear in this shade area indicate an area where many enemy units have fallen. You can collect items that were dropped by the vanquished. Spirits that appear in the shade area indicate an area where many ally units were lost. Impart blessings such as experience or restored equipment durability.
Oh, so it's akin to Dark Souls, except instead of sending messages of doom,
Okay.
they're actually giving benefits. But wait, I thought you were going to have to pay for it.
It's like $5.
What?
$5 for free items!
What?
I want to see how it goes. I mean, it's like the online stuff is pretty cheap, and honestly, this isn't a bad idea anyway, because I might reach out to some of our friends and see if they want to like keep playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance with us online or something.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm a whale. Let me wail.
Wait, when did you start referring to yourself as a whale?
Somewhere when I started wailing really hard for
Warframe.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know the term whale, there's MMOs that don't have... I suppose this can happen in any MMO, even ones with subscriptions. But the concept is, especially in free-to-play games...
It's usually people that drop money.
Right. People are encouraged to drop money in the game, and what they're relying on is they're hoping that there are people that throw a ton of money into the game to offset the people that don't pay anything.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that don't pay anything can still enjoy the game and spend hours in it and then maybe feel inclined to pay something later. But the whales are the ones who don't want to have to put the extra effort into working towards things. I think it was a comparison of time and money. The people who don't have that much money but are willing to spend the time to earn it, then that's one type of player. There's another type of player where they don't want to have to put forth the effort for it, or they don't have the time to grind constantly for these items. But if they have the money,
okay, I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, you have to. Don't show everyone your your payment info. Yeah, so the whales are the ones who maybe they don't have the time to grind quite so often, or they just have the money or the means to get everything that they desire that much sooner, whether it be skins or upgrades or mounts, things of that nature. And Wander now refers to himself as a whale.
Yeah, whales support free-to-play games. Yeah, so I've actually thrown some amount of money at Warframe. Not like an egregious amount, but like when we first started.
We put some money into Guild Wars here and there, just to get things like bank extensions and the occasional aesthetic item.
Yeah. Or like in Warframe, I'll often buy like EXP boosters. Or like the occasional...
Ooh, you buy consumables? Now that's one thing I'm apprehensive about ever buying.
In Warframe, what I do is I buy the Prime Access here and there. Which is like, you know...
Mm-hmm.
It could be anywhere... I think it's anywhere from like $40 to like $100. Every like 4 or 5 months. Depending. Oh, this is the tutorial stuff we've already done. Okay, so... Can't do Red Canyon Dominance, but we gotta do the... We gotta do this one first. Okay, deploy for practice battle. Select a save file. Save your progress. Oh, I only get a couple of slots. Ah. So... Successful certification exams. First Myrmidon, Fighter, Soldier, Monk, Thief, Mercenary, Priest, Lord? I don't know what that means. Let's see. That said, Wander, do you not have Twitch Prime?
Battalions are deployed in battle, so students can learn how to take command. Oh, that concept may be new to a loner mercenary like you, eh, Teach? You want me to explain the basics?
Finding
When
battalions.
hiring a battalion, start by deciding who will lead them. Pay close attention to the battalion type. One may be made up of armed soldiers, while another is all mages. As for who should lead which battalion, well, be sure to think on that carefully.
Use the inventory menu to assign battalions to your units, granting them increased stats like attack or hit rate. These stats will grow further as a battalion gains experience fighting alongside you.
Oh. some people are suggesting that whales spend $100 or more.
Yeah, I don't
No.
whale nearly as hard as I know some people do.
If anything, you probably spend, what, $5 to $10 a month?
Yeah, probably. Part of it is also I make most of that money back. Like with Warframe, I just will randomly get a video that gets like 100,000 views, and I'm like, I don't know why this one did, but that pays for
That'd
some
be about
stuff.
the equivalent, yeah, about the equivalent of a subscription fee.
Yeah.
But for the subscription fee, you're just getting access to the game. It's not just an item or something.
Yep.
Right.
So, Gambits and Rattling.
If you deploy a battalion, you can use their special gambit. If you successfully pull off a gambit, you may be able to affect the outcome of the battle, even if just a tiny bit.
Units hit by Gambits will be rattled. Rattle units cannot move. Use Gambits or benefit from battalions and suffer a 10% penalty to all stats.
If you join forces with a nearby ally, there's a good chance that the results will be even greater.
When a Gambit is used on an enemy within the attack range of one or more of your units, it'll become a Gambit boost. The might and hit rate of the Gambit will increase based on the number of units participating and their support levels. Okay, so units... Everyone, apparently. Well, that's convenient. Let's see. Inventory. Battalions. So... we have a couple. So we have Geralt's Mercenaries, Assault Troop, and Church of Seiros Soldiers. I thought we had another one. Yes, we do. Seiros Mercenaries. And Hilda? Let's see. Pushes a foe away. Unequip. I think I'm going to give that to Leonie. Because she's going to be a heavy frontliner as we go along. Okay. Let's see. Can't do reclass. Can't really do too much. Save. Everything is probably good. Like... no. Map? So we've got a lot of dudes rolling in.
A lot of bandits.
Level 3. No, this is a practice match. They're all church soldiers.
Oh, these are church soldiers. Okay, we haven't actually... Is the final day of the month where we
these are the
bandits?
these are the souls that people
have left behind.
It's probably fine. Grab the enemy. So I want to go to these spots, because they'll either give me items or boosts. My best bet...
That's where most people have died, though, the yellow spot.
Yeah.
Stay focused.
I'm trying to decide. So these guys will be able to go into the woods. The problem is if they go into the woods...
Then they'll flank you if you go up north.
They get a dodge bonus and damage. So my best... My main hope is actually to not fight them in the woods, unless I'm in the woods too, and even then it's not really... It's kind of worth it. Or so I can move up and fight those guys, maybe.
I got this.
You know what? I'm just gonna... I'm tempted to just end turn and take him in the woods anyway with ranged attacks.
You mean let them come to you?
Yeah. It's never my favorite. It's best that I get the first hit in. Because the other option is I go in the woods, but then they attack me from...
And all of them seem to be lancers, too.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too much. They've got iron lances. Dirty. Okay, I'm gonna end turn. We'll see what happens. I believe I can also restart the battle freely. Oh.
Interesting.
I will admit that's not actually where I was expecting them to go. Yeah, I think I can also... Options. Bookmark, suspend the game. It's interesting.
So
that
are
there's
you
an
going
auto
to confront them at the right, or are you going to push north?
No.
Then they'll come around you.
Because I pretty much am not going to be able to hit him anyway.
Because you're currently flanked by the sea.
What's the button for danger
and the
zone?
cliff.
There we go. So one of the other options I have is these guys are barely going to be able to come out of the woods, but once they do, then they'll be able to charge me. these guys aren't moving at all. What I could try and do is squish a lot of my dudes around and get them as soon as they hit the woods.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The problem is that I'm just woefully outnumbered in this very tight map right now, so it's just like, well, how do I want to do this? Because, yeah, for example, we can't even hit this guy, because the woods slow me down. And so he might be able to get here, but then he'd stop. I could
So let them come out to you?
Yeah, kind of.
Ready anytime.
Who, me?
Okay, so she's got magic. We're gonna move her down here. We're probably gonna have to fight him in the woods, just because of how this is gonna go. We'll see. Oh. Well.
And then they're going back in position.
Some are. Not all of them.
Well, now you can attack that guy.
Yeah, this
right?
actually... This turned out kind of weird. So this guy is capable of charging me, but at max he's only going to be able to hit these characters even if we... so as long as we move him out of the way, it's not a big deal. So my best option...
Leave it to me.
Let's see. Plasma will get him good.
Shortcoming.
Never mind.
Aw, miss.
Ready and willing.
What can he hit? So that guy could hit me. My one problem is I want to use my protect.
Oh, you hit him in one fell swoop.
Good. Chances of hitting are a little bit lower, which I don't like. His chances of hitting are pretty bad, though. I think that might be it for this mission, too, that their accuracy is going to be just kind of bad. Okay, so let's... I'm just going to keep squashing my formation a little bit, because if you notice, everybody's in a safe spot. So they're not going to be able to get the first hit in. Now, obviously, it might get kind of tight with all these extra guys rolling in, but...
You have ranged units, and you have means to hit back.
Okay, question. If I attack Iron Sword... Yeah, so we can attack twice to go for any of these guys.
Okay.
The one problem is... Probably move her up here.
Doesn't that make her in range of several foes, though?
Sort of. I mean, no matter what, we're going to get surrounded. Well, we are surrounded at this point. So in that case...
I would just hope that you could whittle one of the
to it.
two groups off.
That might not be a bad idea. Ignats. What is your rain? What is your damage? Hit him down to 17. So, different units also have different speed values, so sometimes you can get him twice. I don't think that's going to be the case in this one. Marianne's also got Nosferatu, which isn't going to do a whole lot of damage.
She's going to take more damage.
Nosferatu's actually is going to do some damage here. And we also have Lorenz, who's kind of adequate.
Ooh.
Yeah, so he's a good brawler. So, but we can't move that far. Because I could squish him in the woods. And slam-a-jam this guy? Probably not a bad idea.
That's good. Yeah, let's go for it.
Because he's got a low chance of hitting. I think these guys intentionally are missing. Because if you notice, their accuracy is just bad. Baseline.
Huh. Ugh.
His stat growth there was not great. Okay,
Yeah.
so if she goes for him, she'll get him down to 13. So if we can find somebody that can do 13 damage to him, all the better.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You do a ranged unit.
Yep, got a couple of different characters for that. So she'll be able to do...
Ooh, that'll be good. 17.
No, take him down to 17. It's only going to do 9 damage.
Oh.
But that's fine. Because I'm gonna have him roll in. Do a little bit more. Now we do have some other options, like potentially using Lorenz to finish him off, but I don't think that's... Lorenz is probably going to be one of my less used characters. Just because I hate his hair.
That takes care of that.
And the way that he's espousing the nobility and their importance over commoners. Oh, you, a commoner, wouldn't know about religious seal? It's like, no.
So the one other thing we might want to consider... Ooh. No. So, almost all of our team members aren't interested in sword instruction, which is actually kind of rough. But then again, most of our team members aren't even interested in axes, so I'm just going to use this character to just slam a jam people into next Tuesday.
Predictable.
Oh, you know, that actually... Oh, well, that didn't work.
Oh, you missed on the second swing?
Yeah, it's fine.
We must all do our part.
Okay, so if we do miasma on that guy, take him out. High chance of hitting, too.
This is what I do.
I like the fact that they've really changed how skills work in this one. So if I
Is she
move
gonna
her
be able to
there, she'll be
attack?
safe.
Oh.
I stand ready.
And I'm pretty sure I can't get him anywhere useful either. Correction.
Actually, yeah, can he fight that guy?
Yeah. We're gonna take a hit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just hit him normally. But since Lorenz is not one of my main characters, it's better to use him to whittle somebody else down anyway.
Right.
Is that for everybody's turn? Oh, no.
Claude still hasn't moved.
Claude hasn't done a thing.
Nah, nice.
2 hits. But yeah, so other thing to note, hitting an enemy gets you some amount of EXP based on the level difference. Killing an enemy gets you a lot more.
Mine.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're starting to outlevel the enemy, might not be worth it. I would like to move for the sparklies on the ground before the enemy, before the battle ends.
Yeah.
Wow, that was bad.
Miss, miss, miss.
Yeah, that was just absolute failure.
Rather have that than getting damage.
True.
But you wish that you had been capable of damaging him at the very least.
Kinda, yeah.
Oh, you missed?
Miss. Nope, not a miss.
Aw.
But yeah, the train is really messing with my accuracy here, which is fine. It's a good opportunity for some of my other characters to get some EXP.
I don't have time for failure.
Growth rate's pretty bad, though. Oh, I wonder if they've changed how the max level works in this game. Because max level used to be 20. But chances are it's something completely different now.
Okay, will she be able to attack anyone? No.
Nope.
Not yet.
Not particularly great.
Ooh, nice.
Yep. Yeah, obviously Claude is also one of those where he is a considerably stronger character. And he's got a battalion backing him up with ranged
That's
hits,
the
so he
golden
does
deer
more
for you.
damage too.
So if you have more characters of a particular type, weapons type, they'll aid each other if they're in the same
For
battalion?
battalions, I honestly... Battalions are a new mechanic, so I can't really tell you how it all boils down. So max level is for class and chapters. Huh. Makes sense. Well, I guess I should have been less of a pansy and just, like, charged the woods last time. Because now that we're in outright battle, pretty much outclassing them. Alright, I can just hold the A button so everything goes faster.
Too easy.
Oh, interesting, he gets class mastery for being missed.
You fought well.
But yeah, like I said, my original plan is to kind of overbuff my character so that he works best as a teacher.
Because ultimately that will aid you in your instruction of your students.
Yep. Okay, so I gotta break through here. Let's see. Claude. Might actually be too densely packed here. There's an inconvenience.
Break the line!
So I could do low accuracy. Put combat arts.
Ooh. Maybe that's even less hit.
Yeah, but not much, and we also get 4 attacks.
Ah.
Well, option. Attack Nosferatu, 90% chance to hit, so we can take this guy out easy.
Was that
And remember the items on the ground. That's what I'm thinking about. Because that actually really kind of messes me up a bit, because I want to get those items.
Ooh, only
53
50.
chance to hit.
Mm-hmm. Ah, 70.
It's not terrible. Okay. Then if I move him here...
Ah, yep. Aw.
No, not enough damage. That doesn't mean I'm out of options.
Oh, who are you gonna attack with next?
Can I go? And no matter what, this is just gonna be awkward. I'm just gonna kill this guy. If I don't get the items on this one, it's fine. It's not actually that big of a deal. It's not necessarily even guaranteed to be useful.
Oh, door key. But
Sometimes it will be.
will you be able to keep that door key with you for the rest of the game or only for the map?
No, for the rest of the game. Let's see. Try and finish this guy off. Yeah, I'm gonna try and run around grabbing the items in the next chapter.
Never underestimate an
So,
outsider.
admittedly, that is something to mention. It is until
I see.
used.
It's all making sense now.
So door keys are consumable items, like vulneraries.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Now he has... I thought he had a bow. Sword as well. Nope. He is just pure archery. So I could hit this guy. You taking your turn? Yeah, but she can only move so far. Yeah, this is miasma, that guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to be using Lysithia probably more than most people.
I've got a grasp on this.
That's a good hit. Okay.
I put in some work.
She not? No. Still not leveling. You know, I'm gonna move her here.
Mm-hmm.
And Ignatz is probably not going to be able to kill this guy. But that's fine.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, he is. Crit.
Whoa. Awesome.
I actually won.
That was amazing.
Okay. So, as long as they don't kill they don't kill themselves and my characters, which they're not going to, we should be able to snag all the items on this. They're gonna hurt Hilda pretty bad, but that's okay. All things considered, she's not that weak. Her defense is acceptable and her HP is fine. Sorry if I skip past the, like, level up dialogue. It's just them reacting. They're like, oh! Thing happened! Yay! Got a training bow. Yeah, this is gonna be worth it.
Oh, an Iron Lance.
Plus.
Oh, experience obtained.
That's convenient. And we got a gambit use. Well, for starters, attack, we do have Swarm Z.
Ooh. That's a new attack.
Okay, so Swarm Z does less damage, has lower accuracy, but slows them down. Useful, but not for this. But now she has more magic, so she can fire off more in a given round.
This is what I do.
But yeah, that speed debuff is actually really helpful, especially when your speed stat is pretty low. Like her speed is 7. That would put her down to a speed 2 if she got hit by it. Let's see, I think we're good. Gambit. Assault Troop. Well, it's worth a shot.
No problem.
It's time.
Haven't done that before. Cool. Please be good growth. That's good growth.
Very much
Such
so.
power dwells within.
And the battalion levels up, increasing the amount of stats you gain. And we also got bullion. Our soup is that much better now. Send bullion to convoy. And we get a lot of money.
A lot of gold.
Hey. And I am the MVP. Son of a butt. Yes. Eventually, once my character is not... let's see. Oh.
I think it was only because you were more able to... Well, you are akin to the surefire one-hit KO. Well, not one hit, but more often than not, you were able to slay your opponent out in your move, whereas some of the other characters needed to have 2 or 3 gang up on them.
I guess I'm just going to use file 5 for today. I'm going to do the thing where I usually say, how do I describe it? 1 save file per day. Instead of doing like the Phoenix Wright thing where I keep doing iterative savings. Because I only have 5 save slots. Bleh. Animation reminded you of Last Remnant. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't take some inspiration from it.